The purpose of today's exercise is to test beyond a tabletop or a paper exercise the function of the Emergency Operations Center and how that interacts and interreacts with other emergency operations centers, i.e. the City of Bakersfield, and also department emergency centers, fire, police, sheriff, public health, etc. So that's how we're testing this system. It's the first time that in the county that we've activated all of these entities, and to see how that communication and how the loop is worked and closed. And that's the key here, is to close loops to make sure that we don't lose any important information, because at the end of the day, our main goal is to provide services to our community and how to allow the community to make informed decisions based on facts that are found or discovered here at the EOC. We possibly have here in excess of 100 people just working at the terminals and in the Joint Information Center. On top of that, in each DOC, there could be 25 plus people in there. We also have the City of Bakersfield, they have their EOC activated. So again, there could be 50 to 100 people there. So you can see how much is involved in just putting on an exercise that deals with communications. What we don't have as part of this exercise is field operations. So everything is surmised. It comes from a simulation cell center. It has been pre-planned. Injects can be added, subtracted, altered, depending on how the flow of information is coming. Because this entity is here to facilitate the needs of the incident. It doesn't command an incident, it doesn't run the incident, it facilitates those needs. So if an area needs evacuating, the information comes up to the EOC through channels, operational channels, and we need to confirm that what is happening is actually happening. Does it really need to be evacuated? We have big picture. Incident has small picture, if you will, the needs right there. We can step back, see how it coordinates with other areas, what's going on, and then we can confirm all of that and then make it happen. We'll pull the plug, if you will. We'll do a reverse 911, our ReadyKern. It's very important that people actually go to readykern.com, register to get those emergency notifications. Within that, we have the emergency activation system, which comes up on the radio and the television. Again, makes notifications that we work with the media with press releases, press briefings, interviews. So we're trying to catch every facet of notifying the public.
Well, this is an exercise that we know will make us be better if we have a major event like a dam failure. And, you know, we're learning as we go. We've learned so much in the first 3 hours of this exercise of how to make it smoother. And the intent is when we have an event, a major event, and we know we're going to have them, that we have an EOC and a plan that works, that best serves the public that we serve. I am the deputy director of the EOC. The fire chief is the director. And there is, if he were to go down, then I would be the director. If I were to go down or not be available, then it would be the second line of the fire department and then the second line of the sheriff's office. So we have a plan, because sometimes things happen when somebody's out of town, not available. And that, right. So we have a great plan. We're just massaging it, really.
What is most likely to happen from this is each department operations center, at the end of the exercise, will have what we call a hot wash, where the facilitators and the observers will look at it, refer to their notes, say, hey, I've noticed this, we might want to think about that for the future. Then at the end of that, those observers and possibly team leads at those areas will come back to this facility. We'll do a hot wash here, and then we'll have a supervisor observer debrief. All of that data will be put together. We do have a specialist here who are part of that program consultants who will put together a final report of recommendations and changes and what worked, what didn't work. That will then, I'm sure we'll get together and meet again to discuss that, and then further meetings will come together to change the plan if necessary, put it all together, and again, so the cycle continues.
So we're at 10:30 right now. Hope everybody's doing fine. Again, it is a stressful situation. In a real life emergency, it'll even be 100 times worse. If you're having any issues, come talk to the EOC staff and we can help you out. Where we're at right now is we have been doing briefings with all the section leaders. I want everybody to remember their focus should be on their task list on Web EOC. Everything needs to be on Web EOC. That's what you need to focus on. Don't get down in the weeds. Focus on what your mission is, because what we are doing is working together as a team. That's why everybody has specific responsibilities.
Training, training, training. We can only train on paper, we can only train for a possible event. We'll never know for sure until the actual disaster occurs whether we're successful. But what we do know for sure is if we're successful in our training and we iron out all those little idiosyncrasies, those little problems, technicalities, who do you go to talk to this? How do you get this fixed? We do that right now in a training scenario where we can call a timeout, get it taken care of. We know for sure if the real event occurs, we are prepared.